I'm trying to find a good camera angle. This light is kind of good, but this... actually, let me get my tripod. I think this works if I just shrink myself. So I'm making pizza tonight with my stunning girlfriend and my bestie, and fun fact, they are both doing shifts right now, because if you watched my last video, you know that we only just recently moved back to Gold Coast and we've got a house, which is proper mental if you think about it, because house hunting in Gold Coast is hectic. I mean, I never thought that it'd be this stressful to get all the references and to just sell yourself, especially without a job. Because ever since being in this country, I've always lived in hostels, and that was pretty easy. But nevertheless, we found a house, and this is the kitchen. What? So I'm gonna be making pizza dough while my two girls are doing work, and we can just talk. How does that sound? I kind of want to be bigger, but if I just talk like this, it'll be fine. To make the pizza dough, I'm gonna go into my recipe book that I started absolute ages ago, and I wrote down pizza base. This is for 4 pizzas, but since we're 3 people, we can just cut it in 3 pieces and just make bigger pizzas. So I need a small bowl, a big bowl, and stuff. Now where am I gonna get the big bowl now? Big bowl, check. Small bowl, and okay, so I'm gonna need flour, yeast, salt, olive oil. Oh my god, this fucking bird. This house has a bird and it's in a cage and I don't like it, but it's freaking me out, man. George! I swear he talks to me sometimes. George! 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 He doesn't want to talk. Also, this is my new pantry because it's an actual house, and honestly, it goes from foot level all the way up, and I'm just way too lazy to show you, but it's pretty dope. Also, why am I not in focus? Cool. We don't have a proper cup in the house, we just have half a cup, so I'm just gonna multiply by 2. But the general recipe is 4 cups of flour, which means 8 half a cups. You need 1.5 cups of warm water for the small bowl, so I'm gonna do that. Takes a while in this house to warm up. We also need 2 teaspoons of yeast. This is us now. How many? 2 teaspoons. So I'm gonna get a teaspoon as well. Sorry, this is a bit of a random recipe video here. I can put the open packet in the fridge because it lasts quite well. You'll also need 1, god damn it, 1 teaspoon of sugar to get everything going. You can just wing it, and then you give it a quick stir. Also, put a bit of salt in with your flour. Right, done. I'm gonna wait like around maybe 5 minutes for the yeast mixture to do its thing. But in the meantime, I'm gonna give you an update of what's been happening. So it's Saturday today and we moved in on Tuesday, so that's less than a week ago. And the catch of this house was that it's, by the way, like, it's this giant house, it's beautiful, it's got a pool that I would love to show you at some point, but the outside area is just a bit hectic right now and there's just a lot of progress. So the catch of the house was that we won't be living in it just as the three of us. The actual owner, which is an older man, he is also gonna live in this house. So it's his house, and the thing was, his dad needed to move into a home and he wanted to still see his dad, so that's actually his dad's house. Sorry, this is a bit confusing. It's his dad's house, his dad had to move into a home, and the guy, the older man, he actually lives in Brisbane, but because he wants to see his father, he is also kind of like part-time living here in this house. But he couldn't afford the whole rent of the house, which is why he was looking for people. But he was so happy, and he's even had really bad experience from previous tenants, and that just makes me even more grateful to get a chance to move into a beautiful home as a backpacker, which sadly enough we still are. Well, yeah, he lives in this house a couple days a week, and then over the weekend he drives back to Brisbane and stays with his wife. So yeah, right now it's just nice because it's just the three of us, and I think he's coming back on Tuesday this time. So it's only ever going to be like a couple of days, and we're not really like the biggest party girls anyway, so I'm not really fussed about being a bit more quiet than usual and whatnot. But did you just hear that? It sounded like someone farting. So that's the deal with the house. I definitely want to give you a tour once everything is kind of sorted. I mean, honestly, when we first arrived, our 2 bedrooms, I mean, Grace's bedroom was alright because it hasn't been used, but ours was the one that was rented out, and like that, honestly, like the weirdest people have been renting it out from, like the stories we've been told. And the room was just a mess. There was stuff in it that I'd rather not talk about, and just weird stuff. Like the other day we were trying to figure out why me and Presley's mattress had like a big kind of like swirl in the mattress. So we're like, just, it wasn't straight, it was just like a bit raised, and we're just like, why, what is going on, why is this? And we lifted the mattress up, and then there was this there were these paintings, like, do you know, like these old shit paintings of people, 4 or 5 of them in like the weirdest shapes under the mattress, and I'm like, why? So we got rid of them, and when I say got rid, there's like this room behind me that's an additional bedroom, but we've just been using it as storage because the guy that we were renting this house from, he basically said, make yourself at home, I know this is a mess, but he can't do it because he's too old and too weak. So the whole mission of the house is to just help him pack all of his parents' stuff away, make everything look nice, clean out. It's like a giant spring clean, really. And yeah, the first day we've tackled our own bedrooms and the bathroom, because it's quite nice, because me and Presley's room and Grace's room is connected through like a bathroom area, kind of. So you just like, you've got this area in between us, and then on the other side there's actual like shower and bathtub, but our sink is in like the middle bit between our rooms, so it's kind of nice. We're nicely tucked away and connected to each other. But yeah, it's definitely been a mission to sort the bedrooms out, and then the next day we did the kitchen, which was a whole different mess. Like, do you know all the people that just have a shit ton of matching 100-year-old glasses, and it's nice, but you're never ever gonna use it anyway, so why bother? And yeah, everything was kind of like sticky and hasn't been cleaned in absolute ages. And I don't know, it took all of us three maybe like nearly a whole day to literally get everything out of the cupboards, clean it inside out, clean every single dish as well, and yeah, put all the cutlery and things that we didn't want to use, wrap them up, put them in the storage room, and rearrange everything that we do want to use. And I'm kind of proud of myself and proud of us for making this house a home, kind of. We rearranged the sofas too. They were kind of like pushed nearly against the wall, and we're just in this like awkward L shape, and now it's just like more round. But enough teasing, you'll get a tour once everything is kind of nice. Yeah, I think we should check out the yeast. So this is what's happening with the yeast, nice and foamy. That means we can move on. I need a spoon or something. Oh, I have a better idea even. Also, I forgot to heat up the oven, so I'm gonna do that right now. Oven. So while this is heating up, I put salt in that before, so honestly, I'm doubting myself now. This camera angle allows me to actually stand up straight, so I don't really know what I was doing early on. But here we are. The yeast, honestly, it smells like heaven. So I put salt in that, and I'm gonna just make a little hole in the middle of this for the yeast mixture. I don't know if this is necessary, but we're doing it. I also need to check because I was meant to call my friend Fransche later. So yeah. Also, what I've learned from being with Presley is always clean up as you go. You don't need raspberries for this pot, but I just forgot that I have some in the fridge. And I also forgot that I can't eat cold stuff. They're not the nicest raspberries. I think they were a bit overripe because they had them on offer, 3 for $5, and they're usually very expensive. Okay, never mind. Put this, oh wait, actually I'm gonna fix the camera because I like watching that shit. So that goes in there. I'll put that in the sink, and then yeah, you just start stirring this yeasty little mixture, and you keep snacking on your raspberries until you can kind of see doughy texture. And that's usually when you want to get your hands dirty. But until then, and if you want to add a little bit more water, then that's okay too. This is kind of like the consistency that we want. Let's do it. I'm just gonna go back down again whilst I'm doing this. I don't know what else to discuss. Like, so we moved in, we tackled this kitchen and our bedrooms, and oh yeah, jobs. Jobs is a good thing to talk about because, as many of you know that have been following me for a while, I've been working on farms pretty much my entire life here in Australia. And yeah, my mental health was definitely struggling with it. Not just farm work itself, it's just being like in the middle of nowhere and being in a hostel, which I really didn't like. I'm gonna add some more water to this, by the way. Yeah, my mental health wasn't really at its best while being in a hostel. It was just, I was getting ready to settle, and I did not allow myself to go for the things that I want. Like, I should have just gone to the Gold Coast way earlier, and yeah, I'm kind of regretting it a little bit because I came to a point where I was so unhappy, and I don't know, you just get into this whole, yeah, now we're talking. Now it's getting a bit moist here in this scenario. Big fat lump of flour, and I'm just gonna wash my hands and then brush it with olive oil. What is this noise? Honestly, it sounds like there's like something on the roof. Right, I'm gonna put some olive oil into the base of this bowl, and this is me brushing it. Professional as always, obviously. And then I'm gonna take maybe like a little bit more into my hands, and this is me brushing it once again. And then hopefully now the oven will be nice and toasty. I just put it to 100 degrees, but like I've only had it for like 5 minutes, so it's gonna be nice and toasty but not too warm. Put tea towel on it, and I'll see you when it's done. Stop it! Fuck's sake! I'm getting a bit scared, so I'm just gonna ring Francha now. And if she doesn't pick up, we're gonna talk about jobs and stuff. But there's some weird noises going on here, so answer. I also really need to pee. Bad timing. Francha, hello, can you please pick up? I guess we'll be talking about jobs and so after like the first 2 days, I think, with like settling in, cleaning the kitchen and our bedrooms and stuff, I started applying for a bunch of jobs on Gumtree, which is basically just like dishy jobs or kitchen hand jobs and whatnot. Again, I've used my degree, very handy, a lot so far. Applied for a bunch of stuff, and then the next day, me and Prezi went on a job hunt and just walked into places, and kind of like the thing where you walk in and hand your CV up. We walked to a few places. We were like there in the morning, and a lot of places only opened up at night, so that was a bit of a fail. But I emailed maybe like 10 places, haven't heard back from like any of them. Oh no, that's a lie. I've heard, okay, wait. So I had a trial shift yesterday at a pizzeria, and that was from Gumtree, which I thought nobody ever gets anywhere with Gumtree, but apparently I rocked up there. It was just a dishy job, and had the trial for like 2 hours, and they gave me the job. So I'm gonna start working there tomorrow. I might have to get another job too, because that is just under 30 hours. I mean, if I want to take it really easy, I would just stay with that job, but it's probably more helpful to get a couple of bucks extra. I also went to a trial shift this morning, but the place was just so hectic, and if I wanted hectic, I would have just stayed at Farms, do you know what I mean? I just want to enjoy my life now. This is it, like, you get what you think you're worth, I think. So I should just sack that cafe job from this morning off, even if they want me. Like, they didn't tell me straight away. The boss was just like, yeah, I'll have to think about it, talk to a couple people. And I thought, that's fine, because I don't want to work here anyway. So yeah, I've got the pizzeria job, and one of the places that I walked into yesterday, that was, I think, they called me back and they wanted a trial shift as well for tonight, and I said yes, but that was before I got the job at the pizzeria. And oh, the guy is actually just texting me now. What's your thoughts? Dude, my thoughts are, this place is fucking hectic and I don't really want to work there. I can probably say I can work there one shift, or I can ask him how long the shifts are and then just maybe say one shift a week. The place that rang me and wanted a trial shift, I called them back this afternoon and said, look, I've already basically got a job, so I'm not going to be coming, but I've got a friend, hashtag stunning girlfriend, that is still looking. And yeah, this is why she's going to my trial, basically. I just dropped her off and I'm gonna pick her up again in like an hour and a half, because we share a car and we have different shifts and it's gonna be hectic. But I think we're gonna just look for used bikes in the area, because I do want to cycle to work as often as I can and just like to the beach and stuff. But yeah, that's the update. Grace already landed a job too. Obviously, she's Grace. She just walks in and charms everyone. So she's doing normal work now. And yeah, I think this is kind of like the update of what's been happening this past week. It's a lot of new impressions and it's just so different to road trip life and living in the middle of nowhere in the hostel and doing farm work. I think we definitely all have to get used to a different routine now, but it's exciting. It's an exciting new chapter and I'm keen to just live my best life. Who isn't? And I think I'm gonna find this in Queensland, in Gold Coast, for sure. And the good thing is, in like a month or so, I'm going on my 3rd working holiday visa, which means I will have no restrictions anymore. I don't have to do cash in hand anymore, and I can just spread out my wings and see what job opportunities there is on the Gold Coast. So yeah, that is the tea. I will actually in fact make myself a cup of tea, because it's already been 2 hours since my last one. I think I'm gonna show you once my pizza dough is done, but there's not gonna be a lot of talking anymore because I've told you everything that's been happening and that's it, really. I'll just see you when it's done. Bye. Like he was like, oh, just do this and do that, and then if you can organize. Yeah, but if we're making 3, maybe one more, so we can put 2 pizzas in the oven. Yeah, we need one to roll it out onto. Yeah, another one, and then this is the top one, so we need another one. Did this just turn on its own to me? Huh? The camera? What do you mean? I thought it was pointed this way. No. It's been like this. You fixed it a bit and hit record. There's no way. No. But look, it always catches your face. Come down. Just look like a maybe it did. Look back in the record and see. I don't think so. I think it's swinging. I think my thingy is given up. Because I had it on this bit. Wait, just watch it. Watch it. See? See how it's moving? It's your stand. It's the spirit. Stop it! Look! Why is this moving? Freaking out.